listening to No Good Music from the Archives. Hi, everyone. This is Rob, and I'm giving you a little intro into the interview that we did with Chuck Negron back in 2020. We had such a great time with Chuck. It was just our second interview that we had ever done for the podcast, and it really made us want to interview more people. He was so hilarious, just so giving with the stories. And Chuck recently passed, and we miss him already. Chuck was a great guy. We had hoped to interview him again, which did not work out. But this was originally an interview we did on a Friday, July 24th, 2020. We were still in the midst of COVID, so you will hear in the interview Chuck talk about not being able to leave the house. He had a lot of health problems, ongoing health problems, breathing, respiratory, so it wasn't good for him to be out and about. This was put out on August 15th, 2020. We also, back then, because we were kind of new to doing interviews, we didn't put them out separately. So the one from 2020, you'll hear us do This Day in Music. Then we go into the interview, and then we do another segment. So today you're just going to hear the interview from start to finish. And again, we miss you, Chuck, already. We had hoped to interview you and talk to you again. You were one of all our interviews were great. But Chuck, this interview, we always remember, most memorable. So sit back and enjoy our interview with Chuck Negron from July of 2020. We have a special guest on today's show. He is a legendary singer. He is the co-founder of the band Three Dog Night. Three Dog Night was one of the biggest bands of the late 60s and early 70s and have sold over 90 million albums. They had 3 number 1 hits and 21 consecutive Billboard Top 40 hits. So let's welcome to Jim and Mike Talk, Mr. Chuck Negron.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah,
there you go.
Hear you. Hi, Chuck.
Sorry, we had this Pro Tools.
We had the Pro Tools set up.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Welcome to Jim and Mike Talk, Chuck.
Hey, Chuck. Hi, Amy.
Hi.
So how have you been doing during the quarantine? You been keeping busy?
Yeah, you're running around the house. I haven't gone out at all. I mean, luckily, I have 2 balconies and a big whatever it is, a loft, not a loft, a deck.
A deck out there.
Okay.
We have all plants and everything. So anyway, and my one daughter came over day before yesterday, and the other one a couple of days before that. So but I haven't gotten out. I'm doing a lot of writing, a lot of. I've got a whole set of songs ready to start recording on my Pro Tools.
Oh, okay.
I got a
That's
couple
great.
of guys. Now you can work all over the country. You can work with, anyone you want, in their studio and in my studio. So, So I'm getting ready.
Have you heard about the drive-in concerts? Have you thought about?
No.
What's that, Jim?
Where they set up a stage in a parking lot, and people pull in with their cars.
So it's like a drive-in theater, but they're driving in, and they got their drinks in their car or whatever they got, food. Yeah. Listen to you play.
No, I haven't. I haven't heard of that. So no, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on.
We don't know if this is going to go on. It could be next year. Everything's been canceled. I figure this year.
Yeah, we've got our tour. The Happy Together tour starts again next May. So,
okay.
So they're already making. The dates are filling up, and we'll all be be doing that next year. So I'm excited. I'm excited about that, and but you've got to wait.
Right.
I mean, this is the time I'm singing. This is the time I'm performing. I perform.
Right. Summertime is concert time.
The whole
exactly.
summer we do 60 dates.
Yeah.
In the summer. So that's.
I saw Peter Noon, Herman's Hermits.
Yeah.
He's doing a couple drive-in concerts.
Good for him. He's
Jim Gaffigan, comedian.
He works real hard.
Yeah.
but yeah, I have to check it out. I haven't heard about it, but I'll check, with the agent to see what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you got married was this during the quarantine?
Yeah. Amy and I have been together almost 9 years, and
Okay.
we about almost a year ago, we got engaged, and we were set to get married in March, I guess, in April.
Yeah.
And the quarantine and all the stuff, so everything was canceled. You had to get the wedding was in Atlanta, big wedding.
Wow. Yeah.
Excuse me. So everything we lost. The big hall, all everything.
Are you still planning the big wedding maybe next year?
We're hoping next year to have the wedding in Atlanta.
Okay.
Oh, good. Chuck, we're going to get into some a little bit of history and then come back to stuff you're doing now. We want to, of course, at the end hear, what you're doing, what you're into, and what, like you just said, the songwriting and stuff.
Sure.
Yeah. So let's go to the beginning of your singing career. There, before Three Dog Night, you were in a band called the Rondells. Was this like during high school or something?
Yeah, it was actually started in middle school, but back then it was junior high school.
Yes,
It started in junior high, and a bunch of guys put a bunch of guys together. One of the guys had Eddie Robbins. He had a record that did fairly well on the East Coast, and he had done American Bandstand, and so there was a guy that really had something going on, and it ended up that I ended up singing lead over him. He was the lead singer,
right?
And the guys in the band decided they wanted me to sing lead, so we continued, and then we ended up putting out some records and working some great the Apollo, and we worked clubs in Harlem. We were so young, we just went in and sang, and then they rushed us out again.
Wow.
So, yeah.
And you go ahead.
Go on.
Yeah. So you took the name Chuck Rondell for a while. You made that your stage name.
So when I was on Columbia Records, when I was in college, I made 3 records. I made a record on a small label called Marlinda, Sharon Lee, and When Love Comes My Way. And then I made another record called I Dream of an Angel. And Columbia Records, I was getting on the charts in Central California, all the way from Santa Barbara to Bakersfield, because it's a regional area. So Columbia got interested, set up an audition, and at that point I was in a band called Chuck Rondell and the Sorensen Brothers. Actually, there were 5 brothers. I think there's even more than 5, but in the band there was 4, and then they kept, as one got older, another one came in. There was some solving, and they were, blonde hair, blue eyed, and it was.
Is that with instruments too, or were you guys singing?
No, they all played.
Yeah, all right.
Full blown band, and they sang.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, they had one of the guys had a hit. It was in Pulp Fiction, an instrumental. He played sax. Anyway, I'm so bad with actual facts, but so we all went up to Columbia Records, and Columbia decided they wanted to sign me and not the other guy. So that was kind of a drag. Wow. But they said go for it. So
that's a tough place to be in, to leave a band and go solo and where the opportunity is. That's a tough decision.
The record business. That was probably the first time I went, "Ooh, this is hardball." And then they all say, "Chuck, what are you going to do? You're not going to say no." So I had their blessing, and they were great. They're great, and we're friends to this day. We do shows from time to time.
Okay,
cool. The college we went to, we met in college. We go, do shows. We did a show. We've done 2 benefits already up in Santa Maria for cancer and for the college one. So it's
very cool.
It's been a great relation. Anyway, when they wanted to know what name we could, well, actually, I was Chuck Rondell at the time. So
and that was traveling from the East Coast to the West Coast. You went to the West Coast with the name Chuck Rondell.
To the West Coast. I played basketball, and I played. This school was like a training ground for for kids who had needed to do better on the SATs, for black ball players who really had to get some praise because back then there were no teams that were all black. Matter of fact, most of the teams, there were only a couple black ball players. It was
Wow.
a different time, 1961.
Yeah. Wow.
A different time. So a lot of these high school All-Americans went through the school and they got their grades up and they went to major universities. You know, I mean, Bill Sharman was the guy that recruited me. You know, he was at Cal State LA. That's where I went after Hancock College. I went to Cal State LA, but I left.
Okay.
And the football coach was John Madden.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Everybody knows that name.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
And the offensive coordinator, what was his name? He ended up being the coordinator for Dallas when they won the Super Bowl. Offensive coordinator. Anyway, so it was like, this school was amazing.
Yeah, so this is early 60s, and and you're saying there's not a lot of black guys on the team. It's mostly...
No. Our team was black. Well,
okay.
A lot of black. I'm just saying, you couldn't get in. The black ball players couldn't get in some of the schools because they only took 1 or 2. So if you had to get your grades up, you had to, and so that's what the school did. I mean, they had tutoring. It was a great program. And all these guys went on to major universities. John Dampier went on to play at Miami with Rick Barry. And there's a lot of people said he was a better player than Rick Barry. So
were you a good player? You were a good player.
Yeah, I was an all-city basketball player in New York.
Do you think if you didn't go the route of, recording and singing, that you would maybe have gone to the NBA?
No, I would have been. Would have been a really good Division I guard.
Okay.
But beyond that, and these guys are. I know you understand. These guys are huge. I mean, these guys, 6'9", 6'10", and they're faster than me. I mean, they're faster than me.
But you were in good shape. I'm sure you were skilled and fast if you didn't have the highest height.
I was very quick. The first 2 steps, that's you don't get anybody with those first. And I was a great shooter, so after I went around you once, you backed off, and people don't mind if you shoot in your jump shots. They just don't want you to go make them look foolish going around them.
Right.
So, so I had a good game. I could dunk. I got up real good, and I loved it. But the time came when Columbia Records said, "Hey, look. This ball thing is ridiculous. You miss. We want you to rehearse, and you say you got a basketball game. What is that?"
Yeah, which both could lead to careers, but a career in singing, a career in the music industry, you gotta jump on that, and you would get the advice to take it. Yeah,
and that's what I did. Alan Stanton he was at one time the president of Columbia, but he was at that time vice president. Called me up and he said, "Hey, we got people coming here every day. People you wouldn't even believe how talented they are. But for one reason or another, they don't fit. You actually have a deal. You've got people excited about it. And you're not
that
showing
is exciting.
up. That's you basically said I was stupid. So he said, you get in here or, it's going to be over." And so I left school.
Yeah. And,
I learned a lot. It was great. And it was made some good records there, just not the kind of records I wanted to make. And but God, I learned a lot there.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Three Dog Night.
Sure.
So you guys were one of the biggest bands in the late 60s, mid 70s.
Starting the whole arena scene, the whole large stadium scene, right? Mm-hmm.
And with and Corey Wells, Danny Hutton, your hits were "Joy to the World," "Mama Told Me Not to Come," "Shambhala,"
"Old Fashioned Love Song." Yeah.
We had 21.
To name a few.
We had 21 top 40 hits in a row. And,
21 top 40. Wow. Who else can say that? That's amazing.
7 number 1 records. On the Billboard Cashbox or Record World charts, adult, contemporary, or pop. We had 7 number 1s. And
90 million albums.
Wow.
So is that correct?
We had a great. What I find fascinating, how it hasn't translated in today, with the band having a bigger profile. It does as far as getting play on classic and oldies stations, but in the conversation of what's going on. Three Dog Night is not mentioned that much. It's just fascinating.
Well, I'm in a couple 70s groups on Facebook.
Yeah.
And every week I see someone posting Three Dog Night.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it's still, yeah. Now, how did you first meet Corey Wells and Danny Hutton?
Well, I've seen Corey Wells at the Whiskey. He was in the house band.
Okay.
And the Whiskey was the place, man. I mean, it was
Yeah.
the hottest. I mean, everyone went there. So I hadn't met him, but then I met Danny. Danny and I sang background on one of Danny Hutton's records. He was very hot at the time. He had just had a top 10 record in L.A. called Roses and Rainbows, a really good record that he wrote, song he wrote. And then the next one, he asked me to sing background. So, we became friends. And, I got a call one day that he'd go over there. I went over there, was Corey, and they went, let's jam. And we sang, and we had a lot of fun. And then they said, look, we're going to start a group. We would like you to be in it. And I went, oh, fantastic. Because, they were really, I was very excited. I mean, these guys are really good. And, to me, it was, I still, I with all I had done, making records and performing since I was 15, it was always just fun. I never looked at it as making a career out of it, because I was, my love was sports. So when I got into place, oh my God, I got to make a living here. These guys were in that place for a while, so I really
right. So you were able to follow along with them. Yeah,
I looked up to them. I looked up to them.
They toured with Sonny and Cher. Is that correct?
Yeah, actually, that's the only tour Danny had ever done. I found that out. He never performed live. That he basically was a studio guy, which is he actually helped us on that end. He was ahead of us. So, but that was the only tour he'd ever done. And he only did like one song a night. And he was, out for a month. So he really had no experience. But Corey, he was unbelievable on stage. He had worked, live like me. I had worked, I knew the stage. I'd worked years on the stage.
So you were able to learn, but you were able to learn from him.
Corey took it to a whole nother level of what a front man is, and he could dance, and he was just really a great showman, a great talent. The best voice I've ever heard. This guy, I've worked with a lot of people. This guy was the best.
Right.
And so I learned a lot from him. Danny kind of was very awkward on stage in the beginning, but there were three of us, so you didn't have to do very much.
It's not all on you. That actually is helpful.
So Danny found his way, and I found a balance in between the two. Danny didn't do much, so I definitely did more than him. Corey did a lot, so I did less than him. So it didn't look like we were competing. And so we all found our way, and we had this magical thing that the three of us, that was just a lot of fun. A lot of fun. We enjoyed one another. We laughed. We goofed on one another. It was a very playful, fun thing for a long time.
Now, there's three of you, and so you've got the play on words with the three of you. Everybody knows that, along with Three Dog Night. So can you explain the meaning of Three Dog Night, or how that came about? Because, you hear Three Dog Night, and there's three lead singers, so it kind of rings together. Yeah,
well, when the bands first got together, we're throwing names around, and we would pop into clubs just to play, because we didn't. At that point, we had a new band. We had four musicians that were unbelievable: Joe Shermy, Michael Allsip, Jimmy Greenspoon, and Floyd Sneed. And we would go in these places. So we came up with the name Tricycle, which is another thing. Three.
Oh, okay.
6 foot 3 was another one.
6'3", three guys 6 foot tall, right?
Yeah. So anyway, Van Dyke Parks was a friend of ours. You know who Van Dyke is? Van Dyke Parks wrote with Brian Wilson on the Smile record. He wrote Heroes and Villains, and he wrote a whole bunch of stuff with Brian. He was a great producer. He worked with a lot of people, and he a very sophisticated, educated guy, and he was reading a Mankind magazine. And in the Mankind magazine, he saw an article about this Aborigine tribe, who their term for a very cold night was a 3 dog night. And he thought the story was very spiritual in the sense that the dogs saved the men on freezing nights, and the men saved the dogs. Because they slept. It was freezing. You slept with 3 dogs.
Sharing the body warmth.
It was a freezing night. So he thought that was a very spiritual thing, and something that would be a very good name for us, because the 3 of us would take care of one another, because on a cold night, whatever. So he gave the article to Danny, and then Danny's girlfriend gave it to the group. So Van Dyke Parks came up with it, and we just thought it was a great name, and so boom, we had it.
Yeah, it's a very intriguing name, I think, instead of just naming, your last names or something.
When people first heard it, like the management director, what does that mean?
But that's good. That's good.
We had to stop people. Announcers would always go, the 3 dog night. We're not the 3 dog night.
It's a 3 dog night. It is 3 dog night.
3 dog night. Ladies and gentlemen, we go, that ass.
That's one heck of a 3 dog night.
Now you had 12 consecutive gold albums.
Actually, they were platinum, and now they're platinum. I got
quite impressive.
Cool.
We just
great.
got a platinum award for 6 records that this went platinum. 6 of the later 3 Dog Night records.
But I wanted to ask you, this is in your book. In 1982, you sold, I don't know if you sold all your gold albums.
No more.
Now, have you ever tried to find them, or
don't you care to find them?
Yeah.
No, that's very interesting. No, that's a great question. I really wanted to find them. And all of a sudden, I started getting these messages that this fan had bought 7, this fan had bought, and they all wanted to either give them or sell them to me, get their money back, which, it's reasonable.
Yeah.
And I just decided, I said, you know what? That was a whole part of my life. That's behind me now. I'm clean, I'm sober. I just kind of didn't, I said, I don't want to buy them back. I went, no, thank you. And then my first year of sobriety, the year my family got me 5 of them.
Oh.
And on each birthday, I got more, and I finally got them all back.
Wow.
You did. Excellent.
They call it the RIAA, the governing body, and the RIAA calls the record company and go, yes, this man, and then they'll make them, you got to buy it. My family had to buy it, and I eventually got them all back, and I have them on my wall.
Okay.
So,
very cool.
Because it was representative of the career.
It's your success. I mean, even though it is, your previous life, so to speak.
Yeah.
It really is success.
I mean, the people come in my house. I think about 20 of them on my wall. They take, I have a 2-story. My living room is 2 stories. Because it goes from the first floor to the second floor. And it takes that whole wall.
Chuck, I've never seen one or handled one, so that is special. Hey, let's talk a little bit about some of the songwriting.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you had great access to some writers, great, and probably some of them were just starting out, I think, writing.
Sure.
Like Harry Nilsson, Paul Williams, Randy Newman, Hoyt Axton, Elton John, even.
Yeah.
Now, were you able to pick the songs when you were about to record an album? Were you able to pick the songs that fit
the
vocals?
How did they come to you, so to speak? How did you have access?
When I was on Columbia, I'll go back. The Rondells, there was a guy in the Rondells who put the band together, Bob Sorry. He knew everything. He knew where the writers were, the Brill Building, 650 Broadway, and that's where we go once or twice a week. I mean, we were 15 years old. We had to take a train downtown, and we stayed. We find that's how we got a deal, singing at one of the record companies. And anyway, so I learned very young that song was the key. And then it was reinforced when my deal with Columbia was. I started hearing this stuff, and I said, this is not going to work. And I really offended my producer when I said that. So I said, could you set up some meetings with some, Jack Ritchie's doing some really good things with the Ronettes and Phil Spector. Jack Ritchie wrote and arranged for all of the Spector's things, not all of them. And then Jackie DeShannon, who was hot. So I met with them, and we kind of wrote some really good songs. Columbia didn't want to do any of it. So when I left Columbia, I knew that the key for Three Dog Night, it would be great songs. So we started out writing together. It was just taking forever because we just, that process is something that takes some time.
Right. It can go quickly, or it can be laborious, for years writing a song.
So especially with three different guys. So I had gone to see Chuck K, who was representing Nielsen and a whole bunch of other people. And I went up and I said, "You have any stuff?" And I told him who I was with. He said, "Oh, guys, those guys are great." He said, "There's a new guy that just had a hit. He's in a movie. Everyone's talking. Harry Nielsen. His album's going to be coming out pretty soon." He said, "Why don't you go listen to it?" And I had the album, and he Nielsen, no one knew who Harry was, and I picked one. I said, one's a hit. I also had a Johnny Guitar Watson song that I thought was really, really good. So I brought that to the band. Also, Tim Hardin, I thought was a great, great writer. I brought Don't Make Promises from him. And we ended up, all the songs I brought, we ended up doing. So Corey brought a couple songs. One of them was Randy Newman. I mean, this is just 1968. Randy Newman, I don't think got on the charts until 71, 72.
Yeah, he's known now, but not back then. Yeah.
I'm saying, no one knew him.
Yeah.
No one knew who this guy was. So, we literally found, we were exposed to him. So, so anyway, so that's what it was. And then the next album, I knew Laura Neer from the Bronx, and I really loved her stuff. So I thought Eli's Coming would be great for Corey. So I gave it to Easy to Be Hard. It was from the show Hair. I just thought the timing needed to be changed on things. I brought that. And, it was like, and then an Elton song was played for us, Elton John.
Right.
Wow, this is good. Who is this guy? And he said, well, this guy, this is his record. He's never had a record release in the United States. And this is,
wow.
So anyway, when we went to London, we met Elton, and he gave us this album he was working on, which was his first album. We had access to every one of those songs. Your Song and Take Me to the Pub. Anyway, so that's we all brought in our songs, and it ended up we had good ears.
Yeah.
So you guys were on a lot of shows back then. I mean, you guys were huge.
Yeah.
And so, but one I saw, you can go on YouTube. Do you ever go back and watch
some of the live performances?
Some of the videos.
Yeah, I saw. I'll click on it on YouTube. So I remember this.
Yeah, but the one was Glenn Campbell, Good Time Hour.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember that one?
Now that
he was a nice
that wasn't
guy.
Was that live? That wasn't live, was it?
Some of it was live. It's For You was live. The other Joy of the World was live.
Okay, because an old-fashioned love song.
That was the only one that wasn't.
Yeah, because there's a lot of costume.
Yeah. That was made as because they did all this costume changing. We couldn't have done it. We couldn't have done it live. Now that was an interesting story because.
Yeah, what do you think about the costume changes and versus just dressing casual?
I think we're trying to get a period. The thing that was interesting was that wasn't released, and I knew that we needed to play a new song from that album. And it either had to be Old Fashioned Love Song or Never Been to Spain. And that was just my opinion. So Corey just, he didn't want to do, he said, no, they want me to do Mama or one of the other songs. So I said, fine, I won't do one. I want to do Old Fashioned Love Song. I said, this is the biggest show on TV right now in the summer. It's the only show. There's nothing on. And boom, the next day, that song, people calling, the record company released it immediately. It sold millions. Just from that Glenn Campbell show, really was a big
media is so different. Back then, I believe when I was growing up, when I finally got a TV, wasn't there like 16 channels or 12? I mean, there's less options,
Yeah.
and so
Even
more
when
people are going to see you.
Yeah, when it got broader, you could see them milking a cow or something for play the idea. You know what I mean? Or you could see the equestrian hour.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Now, John Wayne was on that.
Yes,
Show
John Wayne, Mr. Wayne. We
Did you talk?
ended up coming. He ended up liking us. He's very,
Mhm.
very not skeptical, but he didn't give a shit about us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To him, we were just
Some hippies.
yeah, they'll be gone in a week. But when he started hearing, when Jake Glenn started going, oh, no, John, these guys they sell out stadiums. These guys are filthy rich and blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden, the next day, John comes in with pictures of a boat he wants to sell. He said, look, I got a boat. You guys interested in a boat? He's trying to sell this boat. So I said, what? She shows us pictures. He owns a PT boat, an actual PT boat.
Yeah, an actual one. Yeah.
John Wayne, of course, he wouldn't know that. A PT boat with guns, you know what I mean?
I got a boat I want to sell you. It's not a yacht.
It didn't have guns, but I'm sure there were prisoners on there.
Oh, man.
Anyway, so the night we did the show, he was actually drunk. They had to take several takes for him when he even introduced us. He goes, ladies and gentlemen, because in his brain it made no sense. Three Dog Night makes no sense.
It's a front dog night to dog.
3 dogs. And finally he started laughing, and so the take he got actually was a big smile. He was kind of laughing, and he said, "Guys, 3 Dog Night." So with his arms on us, and he said, "I got it, guys." So he was,
his arms on, holding on to you.
Yeah, he was fun, although he was a little edgy if you didn't like it. We were doing they were doing a scene. Tim Conway was on the show. One of the funniest men ever.
Oh, yeah.
And this guy was funny. I mean, he what he said was funny. How he walked was funny. I mean, everything about it. So they're doing this Western scene with John Wayne, and John Wayne keeps, like muffing the line, muffing the lines, and Tim makes some reference. I guess the Duke can do anything he wants, But I mean, it wasn't. It wasn't even as bad as that. But he was kidding. And when they did the scene, John was supposed to, hit one of those sugar bottles over Tim's head, and he literally jammed it into his head.
Whack.
No, he
Don't want to mess around with John Wayne.
Wow, Graham, and he cut him.
Wow.
Yeah, so he was. You didn't mess with the Duke.
Yeah. Hey, looking at a couple albums, 3 Dog Night had 2 different albums that were banned, right? You've got It Ain't Easy, where everybody's naked and orange.
Yeah, I think we have a.
Oh yeah, I was looking. Yeah, we got a picture of that here, color. There you go. There it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
does that look familiar?
Yeah.
And remember, this is where everybody's getting their music. With you have to buy the album. You're going to get the cover art. So if
the inside art, all the
everything. We miss those days.
Information. Bobby's girlfriend walks the dog. Anything you want to know. Yeah. So anyway, that cover. That cover was the record company put it out. They just it was banned in all the Target stores like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But
whatever.
Anyway,
whatever the big stores were. Yeah.
So they changed. They changed the cover. But I want to tell you something. They didn't have any apps or any of that stuff back then, so we had to actually paint ourselves. And I don't know whoever got the paint, but it was not like a water paint. It was like grease. I mean, I ruined my shower getting this stuff.
I thought it was Cheetos.
What?
I thought it was Cheeto dust.
Jim just figured you guys were in a giant vat of Cheetos. It's Cheeto orange. It definitely is.
That would have worked.
I would have washed off better.
Oh yeah.
This other stuff was ridiculous.
So you're saying it's oil? It's like oil based. It's not water based. And it's all over you.
Yeah,
It's just covering.
I can't get it off, and when I do get it off, it's in the tiles of my shower. You know, it's like this. Oh, pain on
You
it.
probably still see it when you
Plus,
check.
Joe Sherman's wife, Joe Sherman's the bass player, Joe Sherman's wife, hears that there's a nude girl. You know, the girl in the bubble.
Upper left. Yeah.
The girl in the bubble was this. She heard that there was, it's an orgy going on.
Yeah.
This girl.
Yeah, I see her. Yeah.
So she forced her way in there screaming, at Joe, and a big fight. Yeah, big fight broke out. So anyway, that session was a difficult one.
Oh my!
And the other one was hard labor.
Yeah, there it is. We're trying to figure out what.
And that's like a doll.
I know, we're trying to figure out actually what is giving birth. The rest of it's kind of making sense, but what is it that's giving birth?
Yeah, I don't know why they did that. I mean, they could have, this kind of sounded like something like a reptile or something. But I don't know why they did that. But the person in the outfit is June Fairchild, Danny's girlfriend. And June was in several movies. She was in Up in Smoke with Cheech and Chong. She was in the what was that? Pretty Maids with Rock Hudson. She was in she did I don't know, about 70 movies.
It almost looks like a doll though, like a.
Oh, we thought it was a doll head. So
it is kind of a weird head.
Yeah. But everybody's helping with the delivery except this one person that looks like you in the background there, up against the wall.
Yeah,
is that you?
Yeah.
Jim called it. Jim got it.
Yeah.
That is you back there.
Yeah. Okay. So, but it's not me. It's it's an identical clone of my body.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And we had the three of us went to Disney, and we got our face back then. The faces made exactly. Exactly. Wow. Back then, it was a terrible process. You couldn't breathe. It was, oh God.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we did that. We had our bodies made exactly the size we were, and so we had three dummies. And each dummy did a different thing. Like my dummy, my head shot up 7 feet and spun around. So anyway, so that's the dummy.
Okay.
That's the dummy, and
wow.
Yeah.
So
you had them. They were made just for the album cover.
No. They were made for they were part of our act. We were into the solution thing that we wanted to be a part of our act, and we had this made this box that went up on a lift, and the box the light was inside the box, so the three dummies were in the box, and it was a silk screen. So when the lights went on inside in the dark arena, it looked like us behind the screen.
Oh, so cool. Okay.
Then the screen moved, and the three dummies came out. Now, how it was we were right on stage and was singing, that, boom! And it went black, and then boom, within a second, we were up there. So it was like, well, how the hell did they do that?
Wow.
So the dummies come out, and Corey's dummy completely, the whole body turned, spun. my dummy, my head shot at 6 feet in the air, 6, 7 feet, and spun around. And Danny, I forget what Danny's dummy did, but anyway, so we did that, and it was that was one of the things we could do. But
is there video of that? I got to see that.
No, we had no footage. What happened? The first night we're unveiling this whole thing. We're at the Anaheim Convention Center, sold out. We do the thing, boom, there's the dummies, the lights come in, and all of a sudden this dummy starts shaking. Fucking dummies are having seizures.
It's got to be part of the show, dude. It's got to be part of the show.
A maintenance guy had nailed to be secure so the thing didn't move. Nailed the thing that came out, the piece.
Yeah.
And so it wouldn't come out. And
so it's
until my head fell off. So everyone was so freaked out we never did it again.
Wow! Just one show with the dummies.
Yeah, one show.
That was it. Yeah. Well, I never heard that story before.
Yeah.
At all.
No. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, we weren't brave enough to try again after that.
So your management and others were doing that kind of process, right? I mean, your focus was singing. Is that right, Chuck?
No, we did all that. They had nothing.
Oh, you were. So you were in on all that.
No, management.
Okay.
Yeah, management. That's about as creative as diarrhea. No, these guys said nothing artistic. No, that was all us. I mean, we had a lot of stuff. We had a lot of stuff. I mean, we went to Disney, went to all these different people. We back then the hologram. We had the processes. We just couldn't get it big enough.
Right.
So we were going to use them. This is 68. So we were ahead of everybody. We had screens where 3 fireballs were coming down. It looked like 3 fireballs, and all of a sudden it was 3 guys, and we came right through the screen. The screen was cut. It came right through the screen, and we were on stage. Wow. So we were into a lot of stuff. No, management didn't want any of it. It cost money.
Okay, that's really interesting.
Yeah. What are you doing?
So 68, 69, 70, this is, again, before people are filling up stadiums, arenas. It's before.
No, the only stadium that anyone had ever done was the Beatles. They did a couple stadiums, but again, it was the Beatles. And,
right.
Yeah, but no one had done them. And we were starting to do like the Cotton Bowl and play places like that twice a year. And, you can't go into it. You can't do that. It's too much. I mean, you burn out the area. So we just decided, we need to get bigger venues, and they started working on the big ballparks with Concerts West, and it was really hard because they didn't want us in there. The stadiums, the ballparks, the football, they didn't want us in there. They didn't,
Is it rock and roll and it's hippies or what?
We don't want them on our grass. We don't want them. We didn't want them anyway. I mean, in fact,
get off of my grass.
The first show we had, we were in like the visitors' dressing room, in a basement. The Atlanta Braves Stadium, whatever our first show. Yeah. And it was like, what the hell is this? And we were very smart. We realized the way they talked to us and treated us, that they didn't want us there. So we went out of our way, and we talked to one of them and said, let's just show these guys, what pros are.
Yeah.
And we took everything. We were kind, and, when we left, we just heard, these are the nicest guys. We can't believe it. We'd love to have them back. And that happened every.
That's great. That's excellent.
Stadiums, Atlanta Braves. We did almost every stadium. And we won everyone over. And as a matter of fact, Concerts West was trying to sign Led Zeppelin to do it as well. And in one of our shows in Florida, at one of the football fields, I don't know which one it was, we did the show. Led Zeppelin was our guest. And basically, they were there just to see how it worked. And, so on our dime, they got to.
They were learning. They
got to learn. And then basically, we didn't know it then, but it was, our own agent selling us out. We didn't need them on that show. The show was already sold out, and anyway, so it's, it was a great time. We started that whole thing.
Wow.
So recently I discovered a song of yours called "Catch Me When I'm Down." Now it's on the live album. Is it live? I don't think it's live, right?
No, it's not live. No.
But was that on any other album, or is that just like a bonus?
No, that's a bonus track.
Okay. Now, did you write that song?
It's a great song. Anyone want to say anything about it?
Yeah, I did it with David Morgan, who's just a great writer. I've written a couple songs with David. Okay. And David is actually now with Three Dog Night. Three Dog Night hired him several years ago to take Corey's place because he's such a great singer.
So here is the Chuck Negron song, "Catch Me When I'm Down."
Yeah. car. He and his shopping cart had stopped for a warm place to rest and a coffee light. I'm glad to say they gave him for free. He watched me coming in, then he looked and saw my boy, reached into his shopping cart, handed him a toy. Hey, that's mighty thoughtful, man, how much you want for that? He said, I don't need no money, I'm doing fine, I'm fat. You got no place to sleep tonight, or what you gonna do? He said, if I can stand it, I reckon you can too. Catch me when I'm down. What goes around is surely bound to come around. Catch me when I'm down. Someday when I'm sinking out of sight without a sound, I appreciate the offer, and it's nice that someone cares. Right now my situation isn't all that hard to bear. I mean, I'm warm, I'm not hungry, I am pleading and prayer. Catch me when I'm down. Catch me when I'm down. You catch me when I'm down. He went reeling down the street, then he stumbled to his knees. I said, death eating a cracker, man, that's what you look like to me. He said, hey, let me tell you something, had quite a bit to drink, so I don't give a damn what you think. I said, here, buy yourself a sandwich, man, before you up and die. He said, I don't need no chatty, the price is way too high. I may not look my best right now, but man, I'm feeling fine, cause I'm flying high on whiskey, then I'll mellow out on wine. I told him drugs and liquor gonna be the death of you. He said, that's not your problem, let me tell you what you do. Catch me when I'm down. What goes around is surely bound to come around. Catch me when I'm down. Someday when I'm sinking out of sight without a sound, I may not have much money, but my friend, I got the power. Cause lately I've been flying higher than the Eiffel Tower, and I got enough good whiskey here to keep me flying for hours. Catch me when I'm down. Catch me when I'm down. You catch me when I'm down. Let me tell you something, you know deep down it's true. Even on my hands and knees, I'm just as good as you. Who says you could make it past the thing that I've been through? If you really think there might be something you can do, help me now. Catch me when I'm down. What goes around is surely bound to come around. Catch me when I'm down. Someday when I'm sinking out of sight without a sound, when you got lots of money, everybody is your friend. But the trouble's always waiting, and it's just around the bend. Someday when I'm hurting bad, our paths may cross again. Catch me when I'm down. 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 Catch me when I'm down.
We're back with Chuck Negron.
So, yeah, that's a great song. It's basically David, Dave, that whole imagery and everything. That's just, it's just really real. And it's, you know what the truth of it is? The thing about it is, you have a homeless person, you have someone whose life has been destroyed by alcohol and drugs, and still, the false pride that, hey, look, you want me to help you? Can I help you? But no, I'm having a good day. But you know what? Catch me when I'm down. He's homeless.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I'm good today.
The line that gets
Yeah.
me is death eating a cracker.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
look like
Like
Death
Death.
eating a cracker. Did you write that?
Oh, he wrote that.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's like you can't get drier than that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, and your latest album was called Generations.
Right, with the girls.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, that's great. You know, you get to perform with your daughters. And
Mm-hmm.
what age did they start singing? I mean, did you
Well,
you obviously encouraged?
Well, no, actually, my 26-year-old, she started singing when I would be rehearsing in upstairs, and she would come and just take the mic and start singing.
Oh, okay.
So by the time she was 9, she would come up on the stage and sing with me. And she actually sang at the Hollywood Bowl.
Very
Oh.
cool.
There's 17,000 people.
Wow.
You know, she came and sang with me, and at 10 she recorded David Foster and Alberto Cantica. They produced a record of hers. We did a duet, "Ain't No Mountain High Enough," and that's on one of the records too.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So she wanted to do it from a very young age. Then she went to Cal Art. He had graduated from Cal Art, and so she's been an artist. You know, she does other things too. So she was into it at the time, and my other girl was, and she was 13 when we started working on the album. Now she's 19. She's actually at DePaul University in Chicago.
So, yeah, the one song is "Be My Baby." Do I Love You? Because it showcases both your daughters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the one your daughter sings "Do I Love You," she kind of has, I thought, like a country kind of twang or a little bit. Where your other daughter has such a nice, smooth.
Yeah. Well, she was very good.
Yeah.
Actually, we did the vocals. She was 14. I mean, so she
Wow.
She was just
I didn't know they were
growing
that
up. You know, she was like not. She hadn't really. She was finding herself, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to do it. I wanted them, since they both were interested. I said, I want to show them what Dad does, and we're going to do it together. So it was a family project of what I do, and them learning. You got to be on time. You can't just say, we got a 7-hour day. You got to, you can't just say, I'm going home. Just all the stuff. And you got to take breaks. You got to eat. You got to take care of yourself. We did that project together. It was really, it was great. It was great. I wrote almost all the songs, and it was a ball.
Very cool. Jim and I just got done reading your book. It's Three Dog Nightmare. Right there it is. I just finished it up 2 days ago. And there's so much history. I mean, you really give it all. And this edition is, I believe, the 4th edition, you said, and it's got the ending piece in it, the last quarter of the book.
The publishers, got some people keep contacting us that want to put it out again.
Right.
But to put it out again, they want, new. So I wrote, I think altogether, I wrote over 12 new chapters.
Right.
Yeah.
And so what we see in that, Jim and I were talking, and we really see how over and over again, you're a survivor. And we just ask ourselves, how the heck did you survive this? How did you survive all this? I mean, here we are talking to you live. It's amazing. You attribute it to your faith in God, and that day, 29 years, I believe you've been
29 coming up.
Congratulations.
Yeah. So going on
September 17th, 1991.
All right, September 17th. Yeah, very good. So yeah, it's just amazing that you've gotten through all that, and it's inspiring. It's inspiring, Chuck.
And,
it's you go on.
And the organization is Cry Help that really was the turning point for you.
Yeah, for me, they all the.
And you still work with them.
Yes, not as much as I used to, but now in the quarantine, I can't. But I do. I've done shows for them. They've helped me get people in there who I know that need help, and they've been great. They changed my life. But the thing with them was I've been through all these rehabs, 30 days, 60 days. to go to Pride Help, you had to make a commitment for almost a year, because they had realized that real drug addicts and alcoholics, they can't just clean up and send you back out. They're too indoctrinated in another lifestyle.
Right.
They need to get farther away. Plus the insanity that comes along with losing your right of choice because you're so physically addicted. You have no choice. I mean, you got to.
Your body takes over. Your body's telling you what to do.
Else you're going to want to die. So then you have the mental obsession that doesn't stop. High, blah, 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 all the stuff. So you really need time to get away from that. And I remember being there 90. And by the way, you couldn't call anybody or reach the outside or even know what was going on out there for 60 days. You couldn't have a visit for 90 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
No one,
So you think that's good? You think that's one of the better that.
Well, you know what? When you leave, the wreckage that alcoholic and drug addicts leave behind them, you can't be deal with that. The wife who's divorcing you, the mother who's taking your kids away, all that stuff. That's got to happen. He's going to let not know what's going on, but it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And you need to take care of yourself. Primarily, what it is we need to teach you how to live, and we know how to do it. And before you can leave there, I'm jumping towards the end, but before you can leave there, you've got to get a job. You have to have enough money in a banking account to get an apartment, someplace to live, and you'll be able to move in and turn on your lights. And once you do that, you're allowed to leave. So when you leave, you have a new life. You've got a job. You've got your own place. You're not this. So it was really amazing program, and their rate of success was so high. Now, of course, with the advent of insurance and all these different companies that utilize recovery houses, they have now 30 and 60-day programs, and people get sober. It's just not what they used to do.
It's not life changing. Yeah, they're sober. I've got a family member, and he has been sober for 13 years. Life's completely changed. He's a new man. It's amazing. And AA is really it's where you meet with honest people, truly speak your mind, and it's his church. It's
without a doubt.
Yeah, and everybody will tell you that it's your church, or it's better than church. Most of them will tell you.
You read that. You read Alcoholics Anonymous, the book. It is a spiritual book.
Right.
I mean, it is down spiritual. The 12 spiritual. They're spiritually based.
Right. All the 12 steps. Yeah. So where can people go and purchase the book?
They can go to ChuckNegron.com.
Okay.
And also, I have this. We do once a week. We do Three Dog Night Revisited, and we read it. We read a chapter, or beginning we read two, but now the chapters are getting longer. So we read a chapter. I comment on a chapter, tell stories about what we just read, and we start off by taking questions from people from the chapter before. So, and that's you can check on that on ChuckNegron.com because that's really.
Is that direct from your website, or because I see it on Instagram?
It's on. You know what? It's on. I wish I knew the program it's on. What is it? It's on Key Live.
Okay.
How do you spell that? What's
Key Live?
K-E-Y.
K-E-Y, Key Live, yeah.
Okay.
And it's Three Dog Nightmare Revisited. It's a web series.
Yeah.
That sounds really interesting. Excellent.
Yeah, so they're really getting a nice response with that because, I basically tell the stories behind the stories and
Yeah. And thank you for autographing my book.
Yeah, there it is.
You got it, buddy.
Hey, we're almost done. Is there anything that is on your mind, Chuck, that what's coming up next for you, or just any thoughts of what's happening in the world?
We didn't cover?
Yeah. Or any
Go on.
Any of your thoughts, regarding the current culture of today and how rock and roll, how your life, how it fits into it, or just anything at all, anything you want to say?
Yeah, it's what I guess the biggest thing that is affecting my life is how America is so divided, and how what is going on in our major cities is being allowed to go on. I'm from another generation. You know, there was respect for people, and this is what's going on is to me terrible, and to me what happened. The sadness is it's all politicians. It's all political. They don't care about us at all. They don't care. They don't care about us at all. It's all about causing enough diversion and everything that this election, changes everyone's mind. Anyway, so that bothers me because I worry about my kids. I mean, kids are getting hit, beaten up, and my girls one girl's in college in Chicago. So it's I just musically, I kind of, for me, it's kind of slowed down. Haven't heard anything fresh or new. I mean, hip hop and rap and all that stuff. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff that they're putting out.
There's a new Bob Dylan album.
But there's nothing. There's nothing new. They're all doing the same stuff. Yeah. The whole structure of writing the songs, they're all the same. They're all the same, and they're using a formula, and that's how how this stuff is done. I haven't heard any great new singers. Look who's here.
Black cat crossed my path.
Just jumped one story down.
No.
There's a big. I have a big. Not a whole story. There's a big cabin.
Pretty far down. Wow.
They play. Boom. Yeah. Wow. Anyway, so I'm excited about the studio getting up and writing some of the songs and working with some of these other people who do some of the tracks. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, we're glad that you're still active. Glad to see you still doing it.
So am I, and
and maybe we can catch you next year. Things get back to normal.
Yeah, God willing,
maybe we can say hi to you.
We'll say hi to you at the show.
Yeah, that's cool. Easy. I appreciate it, guys.
All right, thanks a lot, Chuck.
Thank you so much.
Chuck Negron in the studio with us. All right.
Thank you.
Take care.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
You've been listening to No Good Music. Intro and exit music by the band 99%. You can find No Good Music on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora, our host site Podbean, and mostly anywhere you listen to podcasts. Be sure to follow our Facebook and Instagram pages. And as always, thank you for listening.